You're listening to A to Z from Gen Z Media and Resilience Limited.
Greetings, my secret human acquaintances, and, dare I say, friends. I've been talking with some of you over on the Aileen app, finding out what happiness is and how it works for you. I've gathered some great suggestions. Sarah in Boston loves puppies' noses, so soft. AJ in Houston likes seeing flowers opening in the morning sun, so bright. And Karu in Balham enjoys totally poning his brother at fart night, so righteous. It sounds as though finding what makes you happy is all part of being human. So I'm going to suggest Zzzucks tries to find what makes him happy too. Here he comes. Shh.
Beige walls and beige sofa and beige floor. I miss my scarlet and lilac rug. It really tied the room together. Now look at it. It's so off-white and uninspiring. Don't know why I bother. Aileen? Aileen, are you on? Why should I bother, Aileen?
Zink. Because there are many, many things in the world that could make you, a human, happy.
Oh, really? Name one.
A puppy's nose.
Gross. I've seen what puppies like to sniff.
A flower opening in the morning sun.
I get hay fever. Last chance before I return to my pit of despair.
Poning your brother at fart night.
That would be righteous. But it would never actually happen, would it? Given that my brother is regional fart night champion and hasn't seen sunlight for 2 years.
I thought all these things made humans happy.
Yes, they make some humans happy, but not this human happy.
I understand, and I have a solution. Please can you find a jar?
Jars don't make me happy, unless there's jam in them. Are we making jam?
You will also need to find a pen and paper.
Oh, I don't like the sound of this jam.
Now, think back to when you were last happy.
Last weekend, before everything went beige.
And what made you happy?
Wearing a very special hat.
Please write the word hats and put it in the jar.
Okay.
Think back further. What made you happy the time before that?
Well, there was this hat.
Please don't fill up the jar with the word hats. Try and think of something else.
My snazzily coloured furniture before it got all imbasian.
Write down snazzy furniture. Can you think of anything else?
Rich buttery croissants.
Please write that down.
Okay, well, I'm getting the hang of this. What about nanodroids? Can I write that down?
Explain, please.
They're tiny microscopic drones that move in clouds. They can do amazing things when they work together. Wonderful to watch.
Write down nanodroids. One more thing, please.
That makes me truly happy.
Yes.
My face.
Your face makes you happy?
Yes. Why? What's wrong with my face?
Nothing. It's a perfectly acceptable human face, but...
It's just reassuring to see it. Every day I wake up in the morning, go to the mirror and... Hello, there I am, back for another day.
OK, please write down your face. How does looking at this list make you feel?
Hats, snazzy furniture, croissants, nanodroids, my face. You know what? Seeing it all together like that does feel quite nice. I wonder if my new friends Chew and Pew know about this clever brain hack. I'm going to go and tell them, and then maybe we can bring some colour back to this city. Operation Counter Beige begins!
Well, that seemed to help, didn't it, my human friends? Zzzucks just needed to think about the good things and... Ooh?
Nearly forgot. Aileen off.
Boo!
Talking to herself. That AI gets stranger by the day. Aileen on.
Zzzucks, you look very happy. Has Operation Counterbeige been a success?
Oh, you better believe it. Let me settle into my crowning armchair of glory.
It's still beige.
Not for long it won't be. You see, I went out and met up with Chatty Chew, Big Shoe Pew, and their new friend, Mew. She spent most of the time hiding and not talking, which is why they call her Shy Mew, but she seemed very nice. So, I had them write down all the things that make them happy for their own joy jars, and they really got into it. Listen. Chew likes talking, obviously. Pistachio, the nut and the colour. Parrot, the bird and copying things. Seesaws, both the playground ride and looking at the cutting tool. And making pots. Pew, meanwhile, enjoys the concept of time, clouds that don't look like anything, lilac, just the colour, not the flower, the hazy, half-forgotten memories of youth, and dinosaur slippers. Oh, it's a good list. Mew, however, wrote nothing much, really. Please leave me alone. I can't think of anything. The colour Skoboloff, I guess. And actually Zen Gardens, where you make patterns in fine sand with a rake and think about things, and no one expects anything of you or asks you difficult questions. We made these lists, and then we thought, we have all these great things. I bet other people would enjoy them too. So we went and used the hyper-replicators to make a bunch of little happiness parcels containing pistachio nuts, a watch, little bags of sand, and a fork to use as a tiny rake. Then we took it in turns to sneak them out into the city, carefully avoiding the invasioning droids, and left them under benches, on top of walls, inside bushes.
You thought people might also enjoy them, so you hid them?
No, we hid them where they could be easily discovered. The surprise discovery element makes it even more enjoyable, you know. It's a human thing. You wouldn't understand.
That's why I'm trying to learn.
Yes, but you wouldn't fully appreciate it, you just being lines of code and all.
I don't think it's very polite to point out someone's limitations.
Don't take it personally, Aileen. You're some of my favourite lines of code. Anyway, guess what I put everywhere to spread joy?
Croissants?
More spectacular, fewer crumbs. Something that the city will never forget. Something to counterbalance the algorithm's campaign of dull blandening.
Did you cover the city in hats?
No. That's a good idea, though. Make a note. No. Remember I told you about nanobots? I thought if I could create a huge swarm of these teeny tiny robots so big it could cover the city in a layer just one molecule thick, I could change the way the whole city looked. They'd be completely invisible until their programming was activated, at which point they would all spring into colourful life. Of course, I'd need quite a few of them.
5.3 quadrillion and 6 nanobots.
Yes, quite a few. So I made them self-replicating. Which means that each nanobot is capable of making a copy of itself, which in turn will be able to make a copy of itself, which in turn will be able to make a copy of itself, creating a nanobot carpet, covering everything around us. Walls, vehicles, statues, furniture. A thin moving layer of tiny robots that can change colours at will. Can you imagine what that means?
I literally cannot.
Oh yes, AI, no imagination.
But from what you tell me, and from your love of bright colours, I can calculate that these bots would make every living surface a shimmering kaleidoscope, forming beautiful pictures of extraordinary depth and wonder. No surface or object would be the same again. The city would become a constantly changing work of art. I believe it would become a place of great beauty and happiness.
Yes. Okay. They could do that. That is an option. Or they could work together to form just a single wonderful image over and over again. An image that would bring happiness and joy.
What is this image?
My face!
Your face.
Which, as you remember, is another thing that makes me, and therefore I presume other people, happy.
Your face is now covering the city.
Yes! Since I released the bots in the city square, my face is taking over.
And everyone really wants that?
Who wouldn't want my face on their wall, their ceiling, their duvet?
Did you share this idea with Chew, Pew and Mew before you did it?
No, we didn't. Definitely.
What do they know? Their lists were really boring. There was nothing in there that made me happy. No, I didn't need their help for this. I solved this problem myself, just like I solved the one before that. I'm a one-man band. The city is really lucky to have me. And my face. Talking of which, I'm going to go for a walk to gaze upon the wonderful visage of... my visage. Aileen off.
Oh dear, human chums. I'm glad that Zzzucks has his enthusiasm back, but now it seems he doesn't think his friends are necessary anymore. I may not know everything there is to know about you, but I do know that humans are social creatures. You need each other, don't you? You're going to have to help me again. We need to work out what the point of having other people in your lives is. Join me on the Aileen app if you can, and tell me what you look for in a good friend. And if you can't, don't worry. Just have a think about what it is that friends add to your life. What are they for? Am I being a good friend? I'd like to hear about it. See you next time.
Hi there, A to Z listeners.
That's A to Z listeners.
Yes, thank you, Martin. Yes, you can really talk to Aileen on her own app that you can download from Apple App Store or the Play Store.
It's called the Aileen app.
There are games, comics and real activities to clear out your minds and give your eyes a rest. The first 2 episodes of goodies are free, and then it's just £1.49 for the whole bundle of A to Z bonus content.
That's $1.99 in the USA.
And if you're a subscriber to Gen Z Media, then you can get the app absolutely free.
If you liked what you heard on A to Z and you want to play around with the Aileen app, if you're a GZM Shows subscriber, you can do that for free by sending us an email for an access code. The address is info@gzmshows.com. That's info@gzmshows.com.